afternoon, Mr. Johnson. I'm Detective Sergeant Cox. This is Detective Sergeant Anderson.
Where's my wife?
She's just next door. We'll be taking statements from you both in due course.
We were just on our way down here before you came for us, you know. We wanted to talk to you together.
I'm afraid that won't be possible now.
Well, why not? We've got nothing to hide. We're going to tell you everything anyway.
What about Mrs. Charleston's death?
Yeah.
You can tell us now.
Not without Elaine.
As I've just explained, Mr. Johnson, that isn't possible.
Okay. If you won't let us tell you together, then we both want a solicitor.
That's your prerogative, Mr. Johnson. As for your wife, it's her decision whether or not she has legal representation with her during the interview. My colleague will explain the procedure to you.
Well, what about Elaine? Can't I even talk to her?
Not just yet.
We want to speak to you together.
Sorry about the wait.
Where's Mick?
I've just been talking to your husband, and apart from his concern for you, you'll be glad to know he's fine.
So when can I see him?
Not just yet, but I'm sure this won't take too long. Firstly, can I just offer you my condolences for your mother's death?
Oh, thank you.
I believe she was suffering from cancer. I lost my mother to cancer. She was ill for a long time before I finally took her. It's been nearly 18 months now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. There's nothing to be worried about, you know, Elaine. Mick's told me you were coming down here anyway.
Yeah, we were.
Now, before you tell me about what happened, I want you to think it all over. I know it'll be painful, but try to remember everything, okay? By law, I'm required to offer you the chance to be accompanied by legal representation. Do you want a solicitor with you at this interview?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I haven't got anything to hide. Just want to tell the truth.
Okay. Now, I've just got a few things to attend to, and while I get them sorted, I'll make sure you get a cup of tea.
Thanks.
Just relax. It'll all be over quite soon.
Are you okay with those?
Just about. Hi, Dan. Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
My arms are nearly dropping off.
Come on, Dan, give us a hand.
I'll just get the last of it and not the car.
Couldn't you at least try to be a little bit more civil?
You didn't care what I thought before, so why should you care now?
Because I happen to like Eleanor, and I know that she likes you too.
Look, she might have moved into Mum's shop and her bed, but she's not going to get me on her side that easy.
Hello, Jim.
Hi, Heston. Listen, can't stop. Any news on Mick and Elaine?
No. I've sent the kids to the pitches to get them out the way. They haven't got a clue what's going on.
Best thing for them. Listen, you haven't seen Danny Simpson, have you? Been no one in at theirs all day, and I haven't seen him around, like.
No, why?
Well, I just wanted to have a word with him about some bit of good news, you know.
Hello? Mick? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, right. No, the kids are all right. Yeah, I sent them out. No, they're fine. Don't worry about them. Well, you want a decent solicitor? Well, I'll phone round, see if I can get something sorted out, okay? Don't worry about it. All right, mate. Yeah, see you later. Ta-ra.
So after the brief?
Yeah, they're still getting questioned by the busies. You don't know anyone, do you?
Well, I'll give you the name of the fellow I had.
You ended up getting stuck away.
That's true. Listen, you never mentioned the heroin, did he?
No, Jimmy, he didn't. Can't you stop thinking about yourself? Mick needs our help here.
Here she is, Leanne Powell, Court 4. This is what you've been waiting for, love.
Yeah. I thought I'd be okay, but it's dead intimidating, isn't it? I think they have all those robes and wigs on just to make people feel even more nervous than they already are.
Hey, Listen, you've got nothing to be afraid of. You're not the one on trial. Leanne's got to face all that.
Yeah, but I'm just really worried about standing up in front of all those people.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, but it's not like just telling someone what happened, is it? Herb Alistair's gonna do his best to make me look stupid, isn't he? You know what they're like, interrupting you all the time, twisting everything you say.
Jackie, I know you, love. Once you get up there, you're not gonna let some toffee-nosed prat in a wig walk all over you. You've been waiting for the chance to say your piece for ages. Just tell them exactly what happened. And make sure that Leanne gets the sentence she deserves.
Yeah.
Danny!
You better get to work. See, Lindsay's not very happy with it. I had to wait ages for this lot, and now I've got to go over there because you've run out of cream soda.
All right. Keep your hair on. Just wanted to tell you me good news.
What's that?
I've got an interview for that PCG.
PGCE?
That's it.
Brill.
Thanks. Listen, I was wondering if you could, give us a few tips, like, don't want to mess it up.
Jimmy, I'm 15. You might be surprised to hear, but my interview experience is limited. In fact, it's non-existent. See you later.
See ya.
Right. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to have to get some pictures and plants and stuff. Make the place look a bit more friendly.
Oh, I'm sure you'll soon have it looking great.
I'm going to have to put in a lot of long hours and late nights if I'm going to get this business off the ground.
Well, we're only round the corner, so if ever you're too tired to go home, you know you're always more than welcome to come stay with us. Anytime.
Ah, yeah, sorry to interrupt. Have you got a minute?
Yeah, sure.
I think a friend of mine's in need of your services.
Well, I'm not really open for business yet.
It's Mick, the fella who owns the chippy next door. Him and his wife are being questioned by the police.
What, Mick and Elaine?
Yeah.
Ollie, I'm sorry, would you mind?
Oh, yeah, sure. Your first customer. I'll get down and we'll take our chips home. Good luck.
Cheers, Al. Thanks, mate.
OK, Mr.
Sweeney, I've got the shop next door.
Oh, OK, Mr. Sweeney, I better get some details.
Right.
I wish they'd get a move on. I can't wait for all this to be over with. Everything's going great until Leanne Powell turns up.
Oh, come on, Jack. Things are still going great.
Yeah, but all the big ideas I had for the bar, I haven't had a chance to do anything.
Oh, yeah? What kind of ideas, like?
Well, all sorts. I think that place could make a fortune. I just want to get on with it.
I don't blame you, love. And I think you're right now, you know. Powerbrooke's best days are still to come.
Hiya.
Hiya.
Thought I was going to be late.
Oh, we probably won't even be called today by the looks of it. All the other cases are overrun.
Come on, you never know.
I feel like I'm the one who's going to be on trial. This collar's doing me head in.
Hey, if you can help Leanne get what's coming to her, it will have been worth you having to put up with wearing your suit.
How do you think it'll go?
Hopefully she'll get a nice long sentence.
Aye. There she comes, talk of the devil.
Hey, Mr. Dixon. Look, I don't blame you two for hating me, you know. But if I could turn back time, I would never have done it, honestly. I really am sorry.
Well, I'm going to let the court know exactly what she's like. I'll make sure of that.
Excuse me.
I'm required by law to tape all of the interviews that go on in this room. One copy for you and one for our records. Is that okay?
Yeah.
First of all, I'll identify the tape, and then you can start telling me all about what happened. Now, just remember, there's no rush, so take your time. I know this is upsetting for you, but it'll soon be over. Are you religious at all, Elaine?
No, not really.
I only ask because, well, I found my faith really comforting when my mother passed on. But I suppose we all deal with our grief differently.
Yeah, I suppose we do.
I can see that you're deeply troubled about your mother's death.
Yeah, I am. It hit us all hard, really.
All of you. Even your husband, Mick.
Well, yeah, of course.
Oh. Right, because your sister, Cassie, seems to think differently.
Mick was brilliant with me, Mum. And he only ever wanted what was best for her.
Right. Well, we'll go through all of it in a moment. So, are you ready to tell me all about your mum's death?
Yeah.
This is Detective Sergeant Anderson. This interview is being recorded.
I've had a word with the usher. She'll be in the next half hour.
Oh, you might as well go along then, Dad. I've got to go to the witness room.
No way, I'm not leaving you on your own.
Well, Ben will be with me. And anyway, I want you to be in that courtroom all the way through. I want to know everything that goes on in there.
Aye, all right, fair enough.
It's a bit weird looking, but at least it's warm and wet.
Oh, cheers.
Hello, Liz.
Oh, no.
Ah, you since your operation? Fine. Good. Believe me, you're better off without them. Yuri, Ron. Hiya, Jackie, love.
Hello, Julia. Might have known you'd put in an appearance.
Nice to see you too, Ron Dixon. Oh, have I missed anything? Oh, Susanna Farnham, she kept me chatting.
Don't worry, Julie, you're just in time.
You do your best, love. Forget all these people watching you. Just say what you have to say. Is the girl still pleading not guilty?
Yeah, but the court will see right through that.
Hey, we better get in and get a good spec.
Yeah, all right. Hey, don't worry. Okay, good luck.
Thanks, Dad.
I'll sit with you, Ron, if that's no bother to you, like. I brought some evidence. You can get very dry in there.
Come on, Julia.
What's she like, eh?
Are you nervous?
I just want to get in there and get it over with, to be honest.
Oh, this must have been a nightmare for you.
Don't tell me about it. That's why I've decided that when all this is finished, I'm really going to go for it. I'm going to stop messing about and go out and get exactly what I want.
It sounds like everyone better get out your way.
Well, not everyone.
How do you mean?
Well, I was wondering, when all this court case is over with, well, maybe me and you could go out or something.
Are you asking me out on a date?
Yeah, I am.
Then yeah, I'd love to.
Mum took my hand and tried to put it on the pillow. I tried to stop her, but she had hold of my hand and she was forcing me to hold the pillow over her face. I didn't know what to do. But she was desperate. And she got this terrific strength from somewhere. I tried, but So then Mick put his hands on the pillow and pressed down. His hands were my hands. And then, it seemed to take forever. And then then it was over.
So it was Mick who actually did it?
No, I mean, no.
But your sister's convinced it was your husband. She believes you're just covering up for him.
Well, Cassie wasn't even there, and I'm not covering up for anyone, honest.
I've got the preliminary autopsy report on your mother here. It tells us a lot about how she died, but it can't tell us who did it. First you said it was Mick, then you said it was both of you. I need to know who forced the pillow down onto your mother's face and held it there long enough to end her life.
I tried, but I couldn't.
So it was Mick.
Well, yes.
Aye, all. You want to watch there? You've done for it, you know. Water shortages and all that palaver.
Yeah. Well, if the water companies use the necessary money to repair all the underground leaks and pipes instead of lining their own pockets, there'll be no need to worry about any bans.
All right, Trotsky, keep your ear on. Listen, has your lad said anything about this interview I've got for the place on the teacher training course?
Keep your voice down, will you? I've already said I don't want to get any more involved.
Look, Ollie, I know you disapprove.
But I think I'd make a really good teacher.
How could you? With hardly a qualification to your name.
Because I want to work with the kids that everybody else has given up on. Not like your lad there. I mean, I wouldn't be stopping anyone from getting a good education or anything.
You know, not all teachers give up on the wayward kids, despite some of the hysterical reporting to the contrary.
I know. And that's the type of teacher I want to be.
Come on, Dad. He only wants some advice. He needs to convince them he's worth giving a place to.
Okay, then. I'll give you a mock interview. It'll give you an idea what to expect.
Nice one, all.
Come on.
Leanne Powell, you are charged with the following offence. That you did, on the 30th day of May 1997, unlawfully cause grievous bodily harm to Jacqueline Dixon, with intent to do her grievous bodily harm. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I thought she was pleading not guilty.
You may sit down, Miss Powell.
Something weird. Shows she knows she hasn't got a chance.
Either that or she's hoping to get away with a lighter sentence.
No way, Julie. She's pleaded guilty to throw the books up for this. Wait, let's allow Jackie should be made up. So, Mr. Corkill, why do you want to teach?
Oh, that's easy. For the holidays, mainly.
Ah, right, that's it. If you won't make an effort, I don't see why I should.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm just a bit nervous, that's all.
Do you actually want to teach?
Of course I do.
Why?
Because... well... because of our little Jimmy. And all the other kids like him, really. You know, the ones who are desperate for a second chance. The ones who no one's got any time for because they've gone wrong somewhere. And they haven't got the money to buy themselves out of trouble. The kids who need something more than, I don't know, logarithms and fractions and all the other useless crap they try and force on them. Stuff they'll never use.
And what do you aim to give them?
Just hope. And guidance, you know. Things that they need just to get through life. I mean, look, what's the use in knowing what pi equals to a little scally round here? The only pie they're going to come across are the ones filled with steak and kidney. Ollie, I want to help the kids who are in danger of going off the rails. You know, just try and put them straight. They should be taught stuff they need. Things that they can get interested in.
Well, even with the best of intentions, I can tell you now, you won't stand a chance if you come out with that lot.
Well, why not? It's important.
But it's not what they want to hear. Look, if you can harness your passion and commitment and direct it into the right channels, well, you might be able to swing it.
And how can I do that? How can I convince them that I'm serious about this?
Let's start again, eh? And just hope for the best. Because in the end, all you can do is your best.
Your sister-in-law is adamant that you coerced your wife into going along with your decision to end Mrs. Charlton's life.
What? That's rubbish. What we did happened there and then. It wasn't planned. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Mrs. Charlton had been critically ill for some time, is that correct?
Yeah. She got worse over the last few months. In the end, the pain was becoming unbearable.
And is it true that you failed in an attempt to end Mrs. Charlton's life a few days prior to her death?
Of course not. What are you talking about?
Cassie Charlton claims that you tried to kill her mum before by injecting her with heroin.
Look, we weren't trying to kill her with it. We were trying to help her with her pain.
So you do admit to giving her heroin?
We had to do something. The doctor wasn't giving her enough morphine. We couldn't just sit back and watch her suffer.
Okay, then. Well, perhaps you could go through the events leading up to Mrs. Charlton's death. Take your time. And please, try to include everything.
What happened? What's going on?
She's changed her plea.
She's pleading guilty.
guilty.
Does that mean we don't have to appear?
It's over, she's admitted it. Great, eh?
Well, no, not really.
How do you mean?
She's up to something, isn't she? What happened after she pleaded guilty? Did they send her to prison?
No, she's out again on bail. They're postponing sentence till next week while they wait for the reports.
What do they need reports for? I'll tell them all about her.
Jackie, don't worry, love. She'll get what she deserves.
Oh, do you reckon? If I know her, she will have been given all kinds of sob stories about her unhappy childhood and what a hard life she's had. What if they fall for it? What if I didn't get the chance to tell them what that evil cow did to me and the effect it's had on my life? She might end up getting off with it.
And then the doctor arrived and signed the death certificate. He obviously didn't think anything was wrong, so...
I think Mr. Johnson could do with a break now. He's answered all your questions. He's told you about the circumstances leading up to Mrs. Charlton's death.
I'm afraid I've got a lot more questions to ask. We'll be detaining Mr. Johnson for quite some time yet. I suppose we could take a break there, though, seeing as we've got a long way to go. Terminating the interview 17:15 hours, August the 20th, 1997. Switching off the tape now.
You're right.
Yeah.
They've got all the details of what happened. They'll probably keep digging, but just stick to the facts, what you've already told them.
Okay. But what about Elaine? Can we find out what's happening to her?
I'll try and find out what I can.
So, when your husband forced the pillow down over your mother's face, did you say anything to him? Try to stop him?
It wasn't like that. We both did it.
But it was Mick's idea.
I keep telling you we never discussed it. It just happened. My mum was holding my hand and forcing it down.
But you did discuss not telling anyone after it happened.
Yeah? No. Not at first. We were too upset, but when the doctor didn't say anything, we just didn't tell anyone.
Was that Mick's idea?
I don't know, it might have been. Look, Mick isn't to blame for this. We both did it. We did it for me mum. Don't you understand that?
I know that you were doing what you thought was right for your mother. But in the eyes of the law, what you did is considered to be murder. You do know that, don't you, Elaine? You do know it was murder.
Heartrending film drama next tonight, based on the true story of a woman acting as a surrogate mother for a childless couple. Everything goes well until she discovers she's expecting twins. A child too many.